Let's make crackers together. Today we're making rosemary and olive oil crackers. And these are not only very easy to make, they're very crispy and crunchy, which is just what you want in a cracker. I'm sharing all my tips and secrets to give you the crispiest, crunchiest, easiest crackers that you can make. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm here to help you create your slice of country living wherever you live. Welcome to Chocolate Box Cottage, the sweet spot between old-fashioned skills and modern convenience. Today we're making rosemary and olive oil crackers. The recipe is available in printable form on my website, chocolateboxcottage.tv. It's in both US standard and metric measurements. To a medium mixing bowl, add 1 1/4 cups all-purpose flour and 1/2 cup whole wheat flour. We're using freshly milled soft white wheat flour, but you can use whatever type you like. You can even use all white flour or all whole wheat. You can use kamut, Coruscant, you can use spelt or einkorn, whatever your favorite flour is. Let's add a teaspoon of baking soda, and I recommend using a non-aluminum brand such as Rumford. 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using Redmond real salt, but you can use whatever your favorite is. And our herb, we have a tablespoon of chopped fresh rosemary, and you can use your favorite herb. Whisk those to combine. Now let's add our liquid ingredients. We have 1/2 cup of water and 1/3 cup of olive oil. And you can use whatever melted fat you like. You could use melted coconut oil or lard or ghee. Any of those will work just fine. We're using olive oil today. Then take your wooden spoon and just stir until dough forms. If you're using all whole grain flour, you may need to add a touch more water. Okay, we've got a nice dough that's formed. Turn it out onto a clean work surface. And knead it about 8 to 10 times until it comes together in a fairly smooth mass. The dough feels soft and smooth. Now we're just going to set it on the counter and cover it with our mixing bowl and let it rest for about 15 minutes. This will allow the gluten in the flour to relax, making the dough much easier to roll out. And while this is resting, we need to preheat the oven to 450 Fahrenheit or 230 Celsius. While the dough is resting, let's talk about the first 2 secrets to crunchy homemade crackers. Number 1 is don't skip the fat. Fat contributes lightness to the texture of the crackers so that they're crunchy. And number 2 is let the dough rest, anywhere from 15 minutes to 24 hours. Our dough has rested for 15 minutes, and so have we. Divide the dough into 3 pieces. Shape them into a ball. And then roll out the dough on parchment paper. Parchment paper is not the same as wax paper. It's available in your grocery store next to the plastic wrap and the aluminum foil, and you want to look for this parchment paper, and I like to use unbleached. Roll out 1 piece at a time as thinly as possible. That is one of the best kept secrets to cracker making, is the thinner the better. Aim for about 1/8 of an inch which is less than half a centimeter. It'll end up being about a 10-inch circle. Rolling the crackers out on parchment paper makes it really easy to transfer your cracker dough to a baking stone or to a cookie sheet. But before we do that, we need to dock them all over with a fork. Dock just means to poke it with a fork, and this will prevent large air bubbles from forming. Lightly brush the top with olive oil. This is another tip that will lead to crispy crackers. Sprinkle lightly with salt, and then add a little bit more of your fresh herb, just a little sprinkle, and a press of your rolling pin to help it stick. A rimless cookie sheet is great for transferring your cracker dough to your baking stone. If you're not using a baking stone, you just settle this right into a traditional cookie sheet for baking. Let's get this into the oven. If you like, you can use a pizza cutter or a ravioli cutter to cut your cracker sheet into squares. I find the easiest way to do it is just to bake it as a solid sheet and then break it into shards afterwards. They look rustic, they're crispy, and they're delicious that way. We're taking the crackers out about a minute and a half early. You'll have to pay attention with your oven because ovens behave differently, and these got done a little sooner than expected. They've got a nice golden brown color on top, and they're ready. Let the crackers cool on a wire rack and continue rolling out your remaining cracker dough. A little bit of rosemary. There we go, pressing it in with the rolling pin. I start from the center and roll towards the edges, lifting up the rolling pin when I reach the edges. This keeps the edges from getting too thin and scorching. Last one. Now break them into shards. This is the fun part. Just large, irregular pieces is good. And drop them into a jar or some other airtight container. Of course, you'll want to taste a few as you go. And I fully expect you'll want to prepare yourself a snack plate. These are great with cheese on top or with your veggies or whatever you like. Hope you don't mind if I take a taste. You're going to love these easy crackers. You'll want to make them again and again. Thank you for joining me here today at Chocolate Box Cottage as we made rosemary and olive oil crackers. See you next time. Bye-bye.